Hello, folks. This is your boy J Dub at HVC, where we help you to get the most out of your mobile tech. Today's video is for my productivity junkies, my leaders, my initiators, motivators that hold themselves and others accountable. The tool that I want to bring to you today is called Google Keep. Now, it wouldn't be a great tool if it didn't work across all platforms. It does work on Android, iOS, Mac, PC, and Chrome. So the great thing about this is that using the internet connectivity, it will sync itself across all of the platforms. So as you transition from different machines, you'll always have this at your disposal. Google Keep is primarily known as a note-taking app, but it has some great tools inside that will allow you to be able to hold yourself and others accountable, such as a to-do list, the ability to be able to do location-based reminders on top of time and date. You can do audio recordings with the ability to go and transcribe those audio recordings into text. Google does it the best. So with that, that's enough with the intro. Let's get ready to get into it. And for those of you that are not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you like the video, then please like and please share at the end. I greatly appreciate you. So let's get into Google Keep. All right, folks, this is the home screen of Google Keep. Now, with Google Keep, you do not need to have a Gmail account. You can create a Google account with any email, whether it be corporate or individual, to be able to access this powerful tool. So when you open up the app, this is what it's going to look like on iOS and on Android. You're going to look at this hamburger menu here at the top. When you click on that, it'll have all of your notes, everything that you do, whether it's a to-do item or a recording, will be categorized as a note. And if any of those notes have a reminder, whether it be a time and a date or a location, it'll automatically be categorized under reminders as well. So if you want to look at all of the notes that you have, you go under notes. But if you want to look at any of the ones that have a time and date or some type of reminder attached to it, then you click on reminders. So then we go further, we have labels. Now, the great thing about this application as well is that you can go and you can categorize all of your notes and to-do items. And it doesn't seem to be a limit on the number of labels that you can create. Then further, we have our archive. Now, if you don't want to delete anything, you can just archive it. And that way you can reference it for later. I find that that's normally the best practice, especially when you have people who work for you and you want to be able to document and then be able to use that documentation for accountability later on down the road. And then, of course, obviously, we have our trash. So we come out of this. Back to the main screen now. I'm going to bring your attention to the bottom row down here. We have 4 shortcuts. The first shortcut is a checkbox, and that'll immediately launch you right into doing a to-do list. So as soon as you go and you type in a to-do item, you hit enter, and it'll keep on creating new checkboxes for you. And then I'll get into the details later about some of the other things that you can do with that. Next, we have the paintbrush, and this will allow you to start to draw. Now, you can use either your finger or you can use a stylus if your phone supports that. And, I suck at drawing, but this is, this is what this is really good for, is for those who like to write. So I applaud those that still use pen and paper to a certain extent. But, at the end of the day, having a digital record that can follow you around and move from machine to machine is a lot easier than having paper. So this is what it looks like. And the image that when you write will actually show above the title and any notes that you may want to type down at the bottom. Okay, so then next what we have is we have the microphone to be able to do a recorded memo. I need some socks. And then if I want to continue to keep on doing that throughout the course of the day. Now, if you're a busy person, you're sitting at your desk, you don't have the opportunity to be able to go and write down everything that you got going on, you can go and you can continue to go and add additional recordings to the one note that you have. I need some pens. I need a pair of pants. Now I know that this may seem cumbersome, but because it's like, well, why don't I just go and just write things down? But the thing is that there are some people who, like I've seen lawyers that, that prefer to go and do recorded memos. And then what you can do with this is that if you go and I click on the plus key and then add check boxes, you see it immediately made all of those into a to-do list. And then if you don't need them anymore, you can delete the recordings if you don't need them anymore. But that is also another way to being able to go and create a to-do list. So then the last shortcut is going and adding or taking a photo. So you can either take a photo using all of your camera's capabilities. That's the great thing about this too, is that it will use all of whatever features that your camera has. You'll have full access to those abilities. But for the sake of demonstration, we're going to use choose an image. And then I'm going to go and just choose this one here. Now, why did I choose this one? Because there are additional tools that are available to you. Like, for example, this is a quote from Sam Johnson. Almost every man wastes part of his life attempting to display qualities which he does not possess. So if I go and I click on, and let's just say, for example, I want to cross out this. I want to highlight this. I can do those things to a pre-existing text. So if you have a document, you're screenshotting it while you're reading it, maybe it's an email and you need to highlight or emphasize something from that email, you can do those kind of things with this. And then the changes will be saved within the image when you come out of it. So I hope you find that to be helpful. All right, let's talk about the to-do list at work, because I think that most of you, especially those of you that are leaders of many, will find this to be super, super critical. All right, so this is a to-do list. Now you saw how I created the to-do list with the recordings, but with this is just pretty much just you typing and then hitting return to be able to create the next one. So as you can see, you can go and you can check off a check box, or creates the check boxes, and then you can check them off as you can complete an item. Now, making action items for team members. Now, how you would do that is that, for example, you need to go in first, make a person a collaborator. So if you go and you click on the plus key, I'm sorry, my apologies. Click on the three dots, click on add a collaborator. You can actually go and type in their email here. Now, I already have my corporate email and my personal corporate email, for the sake of this demonstration, already put here, because I don't want to start typing the name of a person and then other people's emails will get exposed. So just to protect their privacy, I've already kind of pre-prepped for this demonstration. So then once you've added the person, you're going to click on save. And then the collaborator is listed here. Now what happens is that they get a copy of this of the same to-do list. So I'm going to switch over to my corporate my generic corporate email account so I can show you what it looks like. So just cut away so that way you wouldn't see any other information. But you can just simply, if you have multiple accounts, you can click on your account information here in the circle. All right, so this is the to-do list, and just like I did on my original one, it had, see, the boxes where, or the box where it's checked off add boxes to cross off the complete items. That has a line through it with the box there. Has my face for my personal account. So you can make action items for a team members. So for example, maybe you're a boss who likes to plan out your day and plan out the days of things that need to be done for others. You can go ahead and you can make your to-do items, add them as a collaborator using their email address, and then they'll get a copy of it. And then as they go and they click off, you can go and check off the things that have been done. Then you yourself will actually be able to go and look and see where they are in terms of their progress. So I'm going to switch back to my personal, and then see. Okay, so as you can see, I've gone and I've made action items for team members. So you can create and then delegate by adding others as a collaborator. Now, if you want to be able to go and add photos for details or for context, then you're going to click on the plus key, and then you're going to go and click on add image, and then we're going to click on this particular image here. It takes a second to load the image because what it's doing is as it's loading the image, is also uploading it to the cloud and then simultaneously syncing it across the multiple collaborators that are attached to the note. Now, what I like about this is that when you click on it, is that you get some additional tools. Like you could go and take, let's say again, like this is a screenshot, and you can go and utilize the tools that are down here at the bottom. So let's say I want to use the yellow highlight, and then I want to highlight every man, or I want to use the pen and strike out quality. So if you wanted to be able to go and take, let's say for example, an email, and then maybe you wanted to proofread an email and you wanted to mark it up, you could take a screenshot of the email and then attach it in here in the notes, and then go ahead and make your edits and your markups. So just some ideas on some things that you could utilize that, use that for. So we're going to mark that off as being done. Now, if you want to go and change the background to go and sit there and make the work visually pleasing, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to click on the little color palette there, and then you can choose the different backgrounds that they already have preloaded. Unfortunately, you cannot add your own. And if I want to just make it a solid color, I can also do that as well. And that's just really just for your own personal. I mean, me personally, I like being able to have the different backgrounds. It just makes it a little bit, makes work more interesting. I just feel like when I go into different things, I just want it to be a little bit visually pleasing. And in this particular instance, I like the fireworks. I like the fireworks and the palm trees. It makes me think about vacation. Maybe that's what I'm working for. All right, so then we can go ahead and we can mark that off. Now, setting a date and time to get things done. You click on the bell icon up here at the top. It already has pre-designated date and time for generic stuff, but then you can also go and pick a particular date and time, or you can pick a place. Now, what I like about this is that if you have a team member or team members that are out in the field and they have to get something done at a particular location, you can go in and you can type in the name of that location or the physical address. And then when they get there, it'll pop up. So, let's say you got, a field technician that maybe has to go and do 8 to 9 jobs in a day. As the day wears on, the mind starts to get a little bit foggy. They get a little bit tired and things like that. As the leader, you could help them by going and creating a to-do list or action items of things that need to be done. So that way to keep them sharp and then that way when they're going and they're getting things done, they can mark it off before they leave that location. So you don't have to worry about talking to them as much with, or them even having to go and, send you a report or an email or anything like that goes and says that these things got done. This can already be something that can be prefabricated prior to them going out in the field, and then they can just mark it off, and that way you have an idea of what's going on with the progress. So now that we've done that, we can mark that off. We can also mark off the location base. Make copies to send out to individuals. So I'm going to show you how easy that is. We're going to click on the 3 dots here at the right hand corner. We're going to hit make a copy. I'm going to come out of this, and then I'm going to go into the copy. Whoops, sorry about that. Oh, that is the copy. There we go. So that's the copy. Now the only difference is with the copy is that the copy does not have the location-based reminder at the bottom that I just did. Because now, why would you want to make copies to send out to individuals? Because maybe you have a team, let's say a sales team. Everybody's responsibilities is the same across the board, but you want to make sure that they remember to do something, like tell every customer about a particular promotion, or accomplish a particular goal, like a training that maybe is mandatory that needs to be done. So you can make, one draft and then make multiple copies and then send them out to each individual as individual collaborators. So you'll have 5 different, let's say if we have a team of 5, you have 5 different lists, or 5 of the same lists for different people. And then as each person is going and getting things done, again, you can see what where their progress is. So you can get progress reports just by watching and simply looking at where they are on the list, and making sure that you emphasize that they mark them off as they complete them. So I hope you find that to be helpful. All right, and then we already talked about adding labels to prioritize your projects, so that's pretty straightforward. But just to show you how you get that done, you're going to click on the 3 dots. You're going to click on labels, and then you can enter in the name of the label, or if you want to just have it occupy multiple places, you can. Now, why does that matter? Because when you look at all of the notes, maybe you just want to jump directly to the ones that matter for a particular client. And that's another thing too that I use this for, is that most personal information managers like Outlook or your contacts application that's in most of the smartphones typically are capped out around 1,000 characters. This is not common across all personal information managers, but to avoid that, I actually use this to be able to go and take notes for my clients. Now, these are just examples, but you can go and you can sit there and you can color code them. You can go and sit there and build a profile on a person or a company, and then that way it's something that, again, is transferable from one machine to another. So I hope you found this to be helpful. And again, if this is your first time here and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It costs you nothing to subscribe and means everything to us. as we are trying to hit that first milestone to become a certified YouTube channel, but we need to get to 1,000 subscribers in order to be able to achieve that. We can not get that done without you and yours. So please, if you would mind, please share this video with those, those in your circle. Encourage them to subscribe, and if you like, then please, please give us a thumbs up and please share. I hope that you found this to be productive, and please leave me some comments below to give me some feedback. Your feedback is welcome. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.